Welcome to Michigan Travel. I'm Jenny McCafferty, and we've been visiting Petoskey, Harbor Springs, and Boyne Country. Today, we're at the Heather Course at Boyne Highlands on the 18th green, where the 95th Michigan Amateur Championship just finished up. And boy, did we have some wonderful golf on an absolutely fabulous course here at Boyne Highlands. We also had a chance to see some yachts in beautiful Little Traverse Bay. We'll have a chance to see some of the Petoskey Historical Society with Candace Fitzsimons, and Peter Fitzsimons is going to take us to Boyne Harbor, where we'll visit some of the beautiful antique cars visiting Bay Harbor. We'll also be joining Candace Fitzsimons for the Taste of Petoskey and also the Petoskey Historical Museum. There are lots of great things to do as we visit Petoskey, Harbor Springs, and Boyne Country.
Welcome to Petoskey. I'm Candace Fitzsimons, the Executive Director to the Little Traverse Historical Society. The Historical Society is celebrating 101 years this year, and we're celebrating it with the kickoff of the Historic Festival. We have 24 restaurants that came out to volunteer today to offer their samplings and their tastes off of their menus. We have classic cars, a petting zoo, Kiwanis is out selling beverages, and of course all of our board members are selling tickets and helping with the event today. I'd like to invite you inside to see our exhibits. We're featuring Ernest Hemingway in our lobby. Lots of visitors travel from all over the world to see our little story of Ernest Hemingway's Northern Michigan connection. Ernest Hemingway spent his first 18 summers here in our beautiful Northern Michigan woods and on Walloon Lake. You'll see first editions that he signed. You'll see some letters that he signed on how important Petoskey was to him. And you'll see him fishing as a young lad. We also have the story of the extinction of the passenger pigeon. At one time, we had 5 billion of these birds here in this country, and unfortunately, Petoskey was the last great nesting of this bird. You'll also see some pictures of the Ignatius Petoskey statue that we have, which is our Petoskey namesake. Ignatius Petoskey was a Native American, and a very famous artist was able to create the statue by the name of Pietro Venati. Was one of 4 artists that can work at the Vatican. Left to right, Marceline, Ernest Hemingway's older sister, and then Ernest Hemingway in the middle there. And to the right would be his sister Ursula. And here's the baby chair that Ursula is in, and here is the chair that Ernest is having his porridge in. 3 bears eating bear food on Bear Lake. At that time, Walloon Lake was called Bear Lake, and that picture was taken by Dr. Hemingway, Ernest Hemingway's father. Well, this picture is Ernest Hemingway with his nephew, Ernie Mainland, who lives here in Petoskey. It's taken in Key West when Charles Scribner was celebrating the release of the book, The Farewell to Arms, which is a book that Sonny, Ernest Hemingway's sister, helped with. During the champagne ceremony, Ernest Hemingway gave his little nephew a glass of champagne, and Charles Scribner said, "Boy, I don't know if you should do that. He's only 9 years old. Is that right to do that?" And Ernest Hemingway looked up and said, "Oh, no problem. He'll just drink it one bubble at a time." Left to right, we have Marceline, Dr. Clarence Hemingway, Dr. Hemingway's wife, Grace Hemingway, and Ernest Hemingway in the far right corner. On Dr. Hemingway's lap is his daughter, Sonny, Ernest Hemingway's sister, Sonny, and next to Sonny is Ursula. There's 2 children yet to come, Lester and Carol, that were not born yet. For Whom the Bell Tolls is a signed first edition. Ernest Hemingway would give, each time a book would come out, he would give it to his friend Dutch. And we have that collection today. So visitors want to come in and see the books that are signed by Hemingway. We have his real signature in the books. This picture shows Ernest Hemingway Mainland. That is Ernest Hemingway's nephew who lives here in Petoskey. Ernest Mainland's mother right here. This is Sonny. Sonny was Ernest Hemingway's favorite sister. She lived in the Windermere cottage, and then she turned it over to her son, Ernest Mainland, who now lives in the cottage. But this picture shows the stamp cancellation ceremony when the United States Postmaster came out to Petoskey to issue the first day cancellation of the Hemingway stamp in 1989. Left to right is Mitchell Petoskey, Chief Petoskey, and Basil on the right, in front of their souvenir shop that they had in 1873 on East Lake Street. This is our first lime kiln that we had here in Petoskey. Petoskey's known for having excellent lime. This first lime kiln produced all of the plaster that was used in the homes that were built prior to 1900 in Petoskey. Petoskey was able to honor their namesake, Ignatius Petoskey, with a statue that's out in the city park. The artist that was commissioned to do the statue was Pietro Venati, who lives in the Walloon Lake area, who is one of 4 artists that can work at the Vatican. And his skills at creating the statue were phenomenal. The foundry who came up to cast the statue said they'll never, ever, ever have a statue with the quality of workmanship that Pietro put into it. But in addition to that, we finally honored Ignatius, who was a Native American in the town's namesake. When you look at the statue, you'll see he's in European dress, and the family was very proud of the fact that he was a transitional man. He had 1 foot in the white settlers' world and 1 foot in the Native American world, and made a great transition for the town. This passenger pigeon came to us from the Curtis family, who purchased it from a Vermont taxidermist from 1912. The passenger pigeon became extinct in 1914, but at one time it was estimated by Charles Audubon that there were over 5 billion of these birds in the United States, the largest avian specimen of any bird. 1 out of every 3 birds was one of these passenger pigeons. This is Ernest Hemingway holding up a woodchuck that he had just hunted down. We're not sure where this is. We know it's in northern Michigan, but he's 17 in this picture and just finished high school. I want to thank you for visiting the Little Traverse History Museum and for getting a glimpse of Petoskey.
Hi, Peter Fitzsimons from the Petoskey Harbor Springs Boyne Country Convention and Visitors Bureau, and welcome to Petoskey. It's a beautiful day. We're here at the Concours Festival down in Bay Harbor. We've got great cars and a lot of entertainment things to do, so thanks for coming, and we'll see you up north.
I first produced my pistol, for she stole away my Richter, but I couldn't shoot the water, so a prisoner I was taken. Much-a-ring-dum-a-doo-dum-a-da. Whack-po the daddy-o, whack-po the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Well, if anyone can aid me, 'tis my brother in the army. I don't know where he's stationed, in Cork or in Killarney. Together we go roaming o'er the mountains of Kilkenny, and I swear he'd treat me better than my darling sporting Jenny. Much-a-ring-dum-a-doo-dum-a-da. Whack-po the daddy-o, whack-po the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Much-a-ring-dum-a-doo-dum-a-da. Whack-po the daddy-o, whack-po the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar.